quickly and too often. We found that staff were regularly deploying tasers, pepper spray without any warning for minor rule infractions like failing to hang up a phone quickly enough, yelling, or not putting items away as instructed. The rampant use of tasers is particularly disturbing. Risk of cavalier deployment of tasers is not just the temporary pain of electrocution. Detainees have been hospitalized for serious injuries caused by probes that are embedded in sensitive parts of the body, like the neck and even in the bone. The excessive use of force in the jail is not confined to a few bad actors.
Hi, Angie.
Policy and training guidance on whether and when
What's going on?
And when officers cross the line, the jail rarely holds
Hi, T-Bone.
them
Hi, itching
to
and
account.
scratching.
In some cases, the policy is glaringly inconsistent.
Yeah, I'm still in my
establishing
uniform because I
support
just got
techniques.
home a little bit ago.
Written policies explicitly state that staff may deploy their tasers against suicidal or emotionally disturbed
You're just
persons
chilling? That's good.
without any assessment of danger to themselves or to others. Staff
Hi, Viral
permitted to use
Boom.
force when a person
No,
interrupts
nothing
their
much is up. I just got home a little bit
Use
ago
of
from
force
work.
reports and supervisory
So,
reviews bear this out.
I'm just down here with
Supervisors
Jim,
rarely assess a need
enjoying
for
my...
the use
Hi,
of force
text
if they
guy.
do it
Good
at all.
morning, Donna.
Perhaps most
Hi,
concerning,
Cornetto. I'm
our
fine. How are
investigation
you? Hi,
showed
Thelma.
that even when the jail determines that an officer used excessive
What is
force,
everybody up to
discipline is virtually
this
non-existent.
morning?
Those officers go back to
Angie,
their
how are you
jobs
feeling?
to repeat the same conduct. Aside from the glaring risk of violence, detainees face insidious
Gotta get rid of these old
threats of
tickets here.
unsafe living conditions, constant exposure to rodents and pests, and an unsettling disregard for food safety. Detainees in the Fulton County Jail lack basic necessities like working toilets and sinks.
I'm good in this color.
Exposed to flooding, standing
Yeah, that's my
water,
one of my uniform shirts.
mold,
It's kind of dirty,
what
but
can only be described
I like it because it
as
keeps me
filth.
warm.
Pests,
Thank you.
bacteria, and disease not
Hello,
only run
Stewie.
rampant in food preparation areas, but have infested
Right
the
now I'm
bodies
just making
of
myself
people
some
in the
french
jail.
fries.
People like
No, Jim is
LaShawn
right here.
Thompson.
He's
Earlier this year, our team was evacuated
he's eating one of his
from a
noodle
housing unit
soups.
in the jail because of a lice outbreak.
Hi, King of
Given
Scratching. Good
incidents
morning.
of violence in jail, the need for adequate medical and mental health
little
care is
necklace
critical.
on too. I didn't take that off yet.
Fulton County Jail has
Nope,
failed
fries
to
aren't done
provide
yet.
constitutionally adequate care to the men,
Ding, fries are done.
young people
Not yet.
in the
I got
Fulton County Jail in
Let me see.
virtually all respects.
5 more minutes.
For a time, because of the unsafe conditions in the jail, Fulton County's health care
Really?
provider,
That's going to be cold for you, text guy.
nearly terminated
He said they're
its
supposed to wake up
contract
to
provide
45
medical and
degrees.
mental health services for
Hi,
fear
Jamie.
their
How are
staff
you?
will become victims of a dangerous environment without
Peter's
proper
good,
security
Stewie. He's eating his
escorts.
noodle soup.
The lack of security left an entire floor of the jail without adequate access to care because it was simply
Hello,
too dangerous
Wakasho.
for
How
the
are you?
healthcare workers to go inside.
Oh, no, that's fine,
Medication,
itching. You have to take care of yourself. Don't worry about
often
us.
impeded by flooding in the unit, power outages, and
You
the
like waffle fries
unavailability
and potato
of
wedges? I
officers.
like those too. They're good.
This lack of care in the Fulton County Jail has led to at least 17
Yeah, chicken noodle soup is good to keep you nice and warm on the
non-homicide
inside.
deaths in 2022,
See, I didn't take my
2023.
earrings off. My
A
necklace is
rate
still
that is more
on.
than twice
So,
the national average since 2019. A detainee who reported chest pain later died of a heart attack. Jail failed to assess a man
work
for
was
rapid weight
fine.
loss.
4 hours
Died,
went fast.
much like LaShawn Thompson.
So it was nice to get
died
off
after
of
losing
11
over
o'clock
30
and come home.
pounds
It
in
feels
3
good.
months. These figures likely underreport the true death toll of people who were transported out of the jail to Grady Hospital and died outside of the jail walls. If someone dies in jail, there's little or no effort by the jail.
Oh, I'm not
to
working less hours, King of Scratching. I just chose to use personal time off to leave at 11 o'clock. I didn't stay the whole night. Since it's the weekend and I have tomorrow, today and Saturday off, I wanted to leave early.
Perhaps unsurprisingly, mental health treatment options, suicide prevention practices are grossly inadequate in Fulton County Jail.
Well, that don't
Our
fit these,
team
huh?
observed
only for a
firsthand
can.
how custody staff
Yeah, I thought so. Oh,
prioritize mental health
that wasn't all
issues
closed all the way.
and fail to respond appropriately to concerns.
Oh no,
Requests for
Angie,
mental
that's
health treatment are
awful.
delayed or ignored.
Oh my
Mental
goodness.
health staff are simply unable to provide the minimum standard of care for those who need it. Daily medication is often unavailable. Suicidal detainees are often isolated. And locked
Yeah, I
in
do
restricted
feel a little
housing
better.
and low
My
restrictions.
asthma was just acting up
And
pretty
when people
bad.
are released from the
I still
Fulton
have a little
County
bit
Jail, they
of
are
wheezing,
frequently
but
left without the medication needed to sustain their health,
I'll be okay though.
without notice to their families, and sometimes actively experiencing a mental health episode. This is not a recipe for ensuring the safety of these individuals upon release or the safety of our community. And it is constitutionally unacceptable.
So what are you gonna do?
Finally, I'd like to speak about a population of the Fulton
It's
County
okay,
Jail
Stewie.
that many may not know exists.
You have to go to the doctor today, Angie, and you don't want to go. Why? They may be able to give you something for at least the pain. Maybe.
Force to the young people housed in Rice
Who are
Street
hillbillies,
and
Robert?
annex
You?
facilities. The average stay of a 17-year-old in the Fulton County Jail is 392 days. In that time, they are particularly and uniquely at risk of violence,
Jamie says if I send a super chat, do I get free marbles?
risk of suicide while in
Yes.
isolation,
Yes, you
and
do.
restricted housing. During the team's tour
For every
of South Annex,
$2,
Oh, okay, King of Scratch, and thank
You
you
get a
for
marble.
stopping in, and I hope the rest of your morning goes okay.
girls housed at Rice Street.
Oh, Robert,
and
you
Renovating.
think we're hillbillies? Why do you think
To
that?
the extent that these young people require a kind of specialized education
Yes,
program
Bartia, I remember
that are
you.
called for by federal law, they are not getting them. In fact, no educational services of any kind are
I'm dying to hear why
provided
Robert thinks we're
17-year-old
hillbillies.
detainees in Fulton County. These young people deserve better. We see that our report lays
Well, if you've seen
out
it all,
the bare
Robert, then
minimum
leave.
that Fulton County Jail must take
Good morning,
to comply
Sarah.
with its obligations
How are
under
you?
the Constitution and federal law. We are appreciative of the cooperation of Fulton County Sheriff thus far, and we look forward to working with them going forward to remedy these civil rights violations in the weeks and months to come. The Northern District of Georgia prioritizes the protection and enforcement of civil rights.
Thank you,
for our
King of
most
Scratching.
vulnerable residents. We are grateful for the impactful partnership.
I just got home from work,
colleagues in the
Stewie.
Department of Justice
I
and
left
Civil
work
Rights
early
Division.
tonight.
We would not be here today without their collaboration. 2022, when I became U.S. Attorney, we formalized our tradition of civil rights work in this office. It's a tradition that dates back to the very first
Yes,
United
I
States
am happy
Attorney
to be home,
for the
Sarah.
Northern District of Georgia. We
It
did
feels
so
good.
by formally establishing a public integrity civil
I left
rights
my
division.
other glasses and my apron at work, so I had to take these.
Dedicated team of assistant U.S. attorneys, investigators, paralegals, legal assistants, even interns are to be commended for this work. This team is comprised of people who
Hi,
are citizens
Angel.
of this
I'll go to
district,
bed eventually.
people who live in Fulton County.
It's the
and work
glasses?
every
That's
day
that's why you think I
in
look
Fulton
different?
County.
Oh, okay.
They have spent countless hours. The Fulton County
Oh,
Jail
you
speaking with
you were
the
off
men,
last night, but you have to work
women,
tonight, Donna.
and
Okay.
young people housed at Fulton County Jail. I'm proud to be their colleague. I'm grateful for their relentless effort in upholding the rule of law.
Okay, Robert. You know what? You need to go.
And protecting
I'm not going to
civil
deal with
rights.
you.
That's our mission.
That's enough out of
We
him.
relish the opportunity
Hello, Trouble.
to fight for the rule of law, for the safety of our citizens, and for the civil rights of every
No,
human
I just got
being
home from work a
who
little bit
lives
ago,
in
so
the
I haven't
Northern
even
District of Georgia.
changed.
We do so because our Constitution and our mission mandate equal
Oh, okay,
justice
Lisa.
under the law
No problem.
for everyone. Thank you.
Let me write you down here.
So what are you gonna do about it?
That is a good question, right?
Just listening to everything.
Okay,
you guys
I'm put
laid
Lisa
out,
on down there.
What is your recommendation? It sounds like Fulton County Jail needs to be shut down. Do you recommend Fulton County Jail be shut down immediately?
Our our report actually sets forth the remedial measures that we think that the
I got
jail
you.
can put in place to cure the violations.
Tomorrow
that we
is Mike
have
Tyson's
identified.
fight?
They are set forth in the back
Sarah,
section of our report. They
Jim
include
is
improving
watching
staffing and security, using household identification system,
a story about the
reducing contraband
Fulton County
through,
Jail and how bad they
increased
treat their
oversight,
prisoners there.
improving the physical conditions
I
of the
put you
jail,
down, Donna.
ensuring that
I got
medical
you,
and
Lisa.
mental health care is constitutionally adequate, and ensuring appropriate use of restrictive housing to
How the
avoid
prisoners
serious
are,
risks associated with isolation. So in
malnu-
short,
mal-
we can fix these
malnourished.
problems, and we are
They're
pleased
infected
that
with
Fulton
bugs
County has
and
pledged
lice
to
and
cooperate with us in doing so in the road
unsanitary
ahead.
conditions. What they need to do is shut down the Fulton County Jail.
Who's ultimately responsible
Is what they need to do.
for you guys identifying kind of the point person who needs to lead these charges, the funding issue, the sheriff's issue?
Well, we're looking forward to working with Fulton County and the Fulton County Sheriff's Department to negotiate a resolution. And we recognize that this is an important issue for the community, and they will certainly play an important part in the process.
We're responsible, or I guess ultimately responsible for the well-being of these inmates.
I think all officials have a role here, and look forward to working with both the county and the Sheriff's Department in the road ahead.
What is your specific time frame, and then how will your office proceed based on the efforts of the county to address this issue?
Hi, Sybil.
We are hoping to turn the page today. We've provided our findings to the county and look forward to moving swiftly to address the violations that we have identified. This is a life and death matter for many, given the severity of the violations that we have uncovered.
Given a time frame to address it.
No specific time frame, but we are ready to roll up our sleeves and work now with the county to address these serious issues.
Sorry,
With the number of civil rights violations, is anybody being held accountable for the actions that have happened thus far, be it charges, legal action?
Okay.
Is anybody being held accountable for what's happened?
Yes, I do,
It's an
Sarah. You're
important
right.
question. We have heard the calls for accountability.
Steak fries.
This is a civil investigation
Steak
carried
fries
out
with some ketchup.
pursuant to a federal law known as the Civil Rights of Institutionalized Persons Act. What we're seeking to do here is put in place the systemic reform.
Oh, so
needed
nobody's gonna be held
to
accountable.
ensure
Obviously
the
not.
safety of those housed
And nothing's gonna change.
going
Yep.
forward.
You're gonna let those prisoners die in there.
Are laid out in the report, black and white, but did you know it was going to be this bad, this inhumane, unconstitutional when you went in? And does any of this shock you?
I think you did.
Of course, it's shocking. People have died. We started in July.
People have died and no one's gonna be held accountable.
LaShawn Thompson. Obviously, when you start something where someone has died, you're already at, in many respects, rock bottom. And so we continue.
Yes, Monkey Man,
to
Mr. Honeybee's eating his
investigate.
soup.
Unfortunately, we found that LaShawn Thompson was not the only person who died as a result of these conditions. And
It
then
is sad,
if you scale
Sarah.
back beyond just those who died, but those who I mentioned were traumatized, dehumanized, and the like, you come up with a situation that we believe is just unacceptable for our community. And so all of the atrocities that are listed in this report are disturbing, all warrant prompt attention by the Fulton County authorities, and we look forward to working with them as quickly
Sarah
as
says
possible.
that she loves you because you're passionate about important topics.
Well, nobody's being held accountable.
I see that. Oh yeah, he's awake, Monkey Man.
It should be shut down.
We've
All
been in
those
touch with
prisoners
a number of
should be
families,
moved
a number of
to other jails.
and people housed at the jail, all who shared their testimony and those
Eight
stories
o'clock
and
tonight,
lived
Angie.
experiences of people housed at the Fulton County Jail very much informed
That's Mr.
the
Honeybee,
findings that
Gary.
we made today. leaves and begin working today.
Which the answer is no.
To address these violations, but we hope our findings report.
Everything's gonna stay the same.
Other officials across the country about the need to ensure that conditions for people housed in jails in our country need to.
Every prisoner needs to file a civil rights
with federal law.
lawsuit.
I'm hopeful.
Monkey
at
Man,
the
this
end
is
of
a
the day
jail.
That Fulton County can put in place the reforms, measures, and best practices necessary so that it might stand as a model for other institutions.
Sarah said she didn't know
across the
idea
country.
it was that bad. She's only heard about bad jail prison conditions in third world countries.
This
is worse than a third world country prison.
Measures set forth in our report include policy changes, trainings, staffing measures, and other action steps necessary
Thank
to
you,
cure
Jamie.
the violations.
I'll put that down.
Thank you.
That's all you gotta say, huh?
It's bullshit. Nobody's gonna be held accountable.
Nope.
See, ANF, Atlanta News First investigates behind the investigation how the Fulton County Jail has become Georgia's Gitmo.
Monkey Man says, well, if it was a prison, would you care if they were on death row, Mr. Honeybee?
Everybody deserves to be treated humanely.
Right.
I don't care if they're on death row. Until their execution, they need to be treated humanely.
Angel said coins are here. They came today.
Oh, fantastic.
45 people in the house. It's free. Yes, it's free to double tap and subscribe. Hello, Monty Gray. Congratulations, Angel. That's awesome.
It's fucking bullshit. Nobody's going to be held accountable. Shit's going to stay the same. And more people are going to die.
Hi, Allie. Or AI Music. Nope, not today. Hi, FU Scratcher. How are you? It's good to see you here. Lisa Bear said I got my dog tag Tuesday. All right. I'm glad.
But you violate someone's civil rights, and they throw you in fucking jail right away. No questions asked.
Of course. Oh, sure. I'm glad you do. Sarah, work was fine. I only had to work 4 hours. It feels good. Scooter has new dog tags. Oh, okay. Good morning, Blaine. Angie says, Mr. Jim, agree. With a thumbs up.
I'm fucking sick of this shit.
Stewie says that overpopulation is the core problem.
Let's hear what Dickhead has to say.
Oh, I don't have to know who Dickhead is.
The Fulton County Commissioner.
Ah.
Have you ever seen a recorder that supports voice and voice-activated manual touch
Okay, Jamie,
with
sounds
4K
good.
front and rear dual ultra-clear record?
Hi, Thomas.
First of all, good evening, good afternoon. I want to thank Chairman Pitts and his team with respect to multiple conversations we've had about what certainly moving forward after the DOJ, and we've been anticipating the DOJ report, and we are certainly in a space now that we are happy that it has come out. It has
Monkey Man,
right
he's talking
now
about the Fulton County Commissioner.
109 different remedial opportunities for us as we continue. I do want to point out that if you look at it in its depth, it is a point in time study, if you will. And a lot of the things we have worked with the board over the past few months to accomplish, and want to highlight some of those.
Hi, Susan.
We look at
How are you going to fix the holes in the walls in the jail? How are you going to fix the toilets and the sinks with the prisoners in there?
How are you going to get rid of the bugs and the lice? That's just gross.
And the rats and the roaches. And other vermin.
That's just sick.
In the food preparation area.
Ugh.
Imagine what's in the food.
Hi, Amy. Sarah said, "Oh, Lord, I just went to look up the conditions in that jail. That's terrible." It is terrible.
And nobody's being held accountable.
That's the sheriff?
No. Yeah, he is the sheriff. And the commissioner is right behind him.
I took office as sheriff, we had a population of 3,700 individuals, 600 of them sleeping on the floor. We work with the Board of Commissioners to develop a security plan. Right now, the population has decreased, ultimately because we have had and formed an inmate advocacy unit, a unit that has gone through and combed through over 30,000 records, worked with the DA's office, worked with the public defender's office, worked with the judges on consent decrees, and released nearly 1,400 people that were considered non-violent. We also take a look at our accreditation efforts, both with respect to NCCHC, the health accreditation, which we have since attained. We look at some of our daily accomplishments. We have, much as the DOJ report suggests, we have ongoing conversations.
Good night, Monkey Man.
Daily with our command staff in terms of what it looks like for us to continue to move forward.
Rasta, no,
after
I
each
didn't
incident.
change out of my
Use
clothes.
of force, reporting, we have revamped that process.
Sarah says, I guess that some of them haven't even been charged yet or are awaiting trial in the jail.
Yes, many of them.
Continue to work with
Because the backlog in Fulton County Jail
Okay.
is disgusting.
National Institute of Corrections when it comes to what is going through some of these remedial activities. And I would suggest to you, certainly with the board's collaboration, we have been able to do some things.
Hi, Evan.
Both structurally to the building that ultimately the chairman will cover, as well as programmatically in terms of what it looks like for us to hire, retain, and really focus on a better sheriff's office.
Nobody wants to work
I'll
there.
turn the mic over to the chairman, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Sheriff,
Susan
and good afternoon, everyone.
wanted me to tell you, Maria, tell Jim,
We've
I did
come a
not
long
get
way
one
from a short-
$200
really short
Thursday
period of
evening.
time.
I got two of them.
We have a few steps yet to go, but I'm encouraged about where we are.
I'm doing fine, Evan. How are
I
you?
was eagerly, and we as a board, eagerly awaiting the report from the Department of Justice, which we received. I've not had a chance to read it in its entirety yet, but will do so. But what I understand, it's pretty comprehensive. But we've made a lot of changes and adjustments so far. Although I will admit that we have things that we need to accomplish going.
What are they, just patting themselves on the back?
The sheriff.
Yeah.
For what they've already done?
Today is a
Ain't good enough.
time of us looking forward and not backwards. How do we accomplish some of the things that have been that was pointed out
releasing
in the study.
1,400
We're in the
nonviolent
process now reviewing the detailed
offenders
issue, and
should have been done long ago.
Yeah, it's not helping the ones that are there now.
I mean, you're awaiting trial on a misdemeanor, nonviolent, and you're held in there for 2 years. That's longer than a fucking sentence you could get.
We share the concerns that were outlined, and we're going to be working jointly, cooperatively to address them. We've already begun working on the several.
Sarah said, Jim, how about that Matt Gates? Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
In force now, making considerable progress there, where we've identified issues in 9 of our 11 housing units, and they should be 9 of 11 rather should be finished and completed by the end of the year. The board has also approved
Okay, Blaine. Good night, my
about
friend.
$300 million to fully address the facility needs. And our meeting on Wednesday, as a matter of fact, the hope is to name a program or project manager for the team to assess all of the needs.
That jail needs to be torn down and rebuilt.
I'm excited about where we are, and believe that.
I don't think you'd feel that way if you were to spend a night in there.
How about it? Let them spend a fucking night in there.
You wouldn't feel good about what you've already done.
This department recommends, and that's what we're in the process of doing now. So thank you all for being with us.
Whatever.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Sheriff, we can take a few questions at this time.
Hi there, Eric Perry of Fox 5. You guys seem positive and optimistic, but to be
Hi,
honest,
Catbird.
the tone this morning was really damning from the Department of Justice. How serious is this, and were you guys already making plans and making changes before now, or because earlier this morning it seems like no changes have been made?
Well, I view that a little differently. If you look at what
I bet
was
you
said
do.
This morning, the tone and tenor was none of this is new. This is decade-old problems, some that predate certainly the chairman and I relationship, but ultimately
That's an excuse?
also said, and it was
That all this shit happened before you became sheriff?
Yeah, that's a good one.
opportunities. And so
Kevin, I
that's
just
what
got
I
home
think
not too long ago.
is to be able to fix each
So
one of
that's why
these
we're up a little bit yet.
opportunities and move forward.
Chair, the DOJ said that some of the violence stems from the fact that, or stems from a lack of an adequate classification system that results in really violent inmates being housed with more vulnerable inmates. Do you have any response to that? And is
Oh,
that something you're
crybaby,
trying
I'm
to
sorry to
address?
hear that.
So we are addressing that. I have said quite loudly that we will not be able to just simply throw staffing at this. We're going to have to embrace technology, and we're working with our IT department to do just that. There are classification systems that are a little more robust, and we are presenting those.
They're
as we
talking
get
out
ready
of
to
their
move
ass.
toward the new budget cycle as well.
That's what I say.
I just interviewed Andrea Young with the ACLU, and she believes that a big thing that could help with this, I know y'all have talked about, there's just not enough space for all of the inmates, and a big issue she saw was the fact that a lot of people in there can't afford to rent out, and a lot of people in there might not necessarily be in there because of a concern of violence or a concern of being a danger to society. Do y'all feel that maybe there is a systematic change that needs to be in place for the people who do end up in the jail to begin with? So the system of who is jailed in the Fulton County Jail versus, just everyone in jail and changing how the jail functions.
Well, we don't have the luxury of predicting who is brought to the facility. You look at what some of the conversations had around misdemeanor versus felonies, et cetera. And so we have less than 200 felons there. And ultimately, most of those are domestic violence, right? I want to make sure I'm clear. So there's less than 200 misdemeanors. The rest are felons. But those are domestic violence related. And so to that extent, we work with the DA's office, we work with the public defender's office to see whom we can really get out of jail if it is applicable. But going through, and I mentioned our inmate advocacy unit, there are times when we find somebody that has a bond that has dwindled down.
Hi, Eddie.
to
How
less than
are you?
$1,000, $500.
I hope you're feeling
$10,
okay
whatever
this
it may look
morning.
like, and then we get them out of jail. But we can't just let them go. We try and connect them with their families. And that's why it's important to have such programs. And we've invited the ACLU and a number of different community.
Okay, I'm sorry if I made you hungry.
To really help not only see that, but to see what they have to offer as well.
Is there still a push from the sheriff to build a new jail? A lot of the things inside of that report was
You're laying
more
in bed,
structural.
online
They
shopping?
cited
Oh,
some of the
Sarah.
inmates going between the walls and darkened alleyways and things like that. Is there still a
Do you know
push?
when
Are
you're
still
going to have
pushing for new
surgery,
jail?
Eddie? Oh,
So it's a great question. And one thing that we have to recognize is
Amy,
that
it's still
we are
Thursday for
going
you?
to work with the facility we have. The Board of Commissioners has approved, as you heard Chairman say, up to $300 million in renovations. You have to understand that facility was built to warehouse people. And the first thing we have to do is change the culture of how we get people processed through courts.
The 19th,
et cetera.
okay.
Because can you imagine if we had 1,000 less people even than we had today?
it's coming.
And so ultimately, we have to make sure we focus on adjudication. Specifically, we have to have
Okay.
a replacement facility at some point in the future.
That's
and that is
good.
at the will of the board and the appetite there. But ultimately, a $300 million renovation is a huge step forward.
Meet Stello, the powerful glucose biosensor.
$300 million, you could build a new fucking jail.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Have to be there at 8 and surgery starts at around 10. Oh, good. Eddie's having his surgery Tuesday.
Donald Trump could probably build a fucking jail for $100 million. And make it nice and pretty with many luxuries.
The art of the deal, honey.
God, these fucking people disgust me.
Your son started waving, Sarah? Oh, I bet it's cute. What is a priest's favorite lubricant? Tears. Joyful says. Sarah said we lived in a messed up, evil world, Jim. He knows it.
You know,
Yes, Eddie, we are all praying that Tuesday you will have a fabulous surgery, that everything will go well.
you know, I believe if you do the crime, you do the time. But you should be able to do that time humanely. Not have rats running around your fucking cell and roaches and
I
lice.
can't stand that. Oh, God, that's gross. Viral Boom says, yeah, people are in jail for a reason. Being treated like an animal is not that reason. Yeah, that's just sick. I wouldn't want to wake up with roaches crawling all over me either. Ugh. How do you know you're at a gay picnic? The hot dogs taste like shit. Oh, God. We know what you meant, Joyful. We knew what that word was. You shouldn't have to live in filth. That causes more diseases. It does. That's not good for anybody. How many people they say have already died?
1726.
Damn. Hello, Athar from India. Welcome.
And they can't get anybody to work at the jail.
Well, I wouldn't want to work there either.
You're fucking right.
What is the smartest thing to come out a woman's mouth? Oh, Lord. I'm sorry, I will not go to work in a place where there's rats and roaches and lice and God knows what else crawling all around there. And then, God forbid, what they're eating. And all it seems like they were just patting themselves on the back for what they've already done. That ain't helping anybody. Hell, if we have robot dogs, we can have robots work the jails too. Yeah, you're right. Hell, President Trump had that robotic dog guarding outside Mar-a-Lago. What do you call an escaped midget convict?
A small, medium,
Yeah,
at large.
My gosh, my hands are like ice cold. I want to know what exactly you do on this channel. Well, we do a lot of things. We do lottery scratch-off tickets. We talk about honeybees, which we raise.
She gets naked.
No, I don't. I have breast tattoos, which you can't see because I just got home from work not too long ago. I just haven't gotten out of
Take it off.
I'm freezing. Uh-oh. Amy just gifted a membership, and Matiko Dillard was the one that got it.
What's the
Let me write this
difference
down.
between women and a washing machine? The washing machine doesn't follow you around for 2 weeks after you put a load into it.
You know what, Thomas? You're probably right. You know someone's pocketing the money instead of doing what they're supposed to be doing.
A $300 million, you're fucking right. Somebody's pocketing that money. Thank you, Amy.
I'm writing this down here.
And that's a good idea, too. You could actually... Hello, Angela. You could actually put all those names on the list and...
If I can get rid of this cough, I'd feel a hell of a lot better. Hi, Angela. No, it didn't hurt. Not as much as I thought it would. I'm cold.
Did you let the cat outside?
No, I didn't let her outside. I took Dayquil, but that's about it. I don't have actual cough medicine here. You've had it bad about 2 weeks? Oh, God. Not good. You too, Eddie. We'll be happy too when Trump gets in the White House.
He's already saving the world and he's not back in yet. All of a sudden, all these countries want peace.
Of course. Yeah, I know that. And it hurts like right here when I cough. It's right in my chest. I'll take some Dayquil when I go to bed. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate that. She don't want to go outside. It's cold.
And I'm sorry, I just get passionate about things.
Sarah said that's why she loves you. You get passionate about important topics. We got turned down for help, I guess, because I'm a redneck. Oh, thank you, Amy. I'm braver than you with the breast tattoos. Oh, okay.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Viral. And thank you, Amy.
You know what? I thought I'd be scared, but it went smoothly for me when I got them done. Hello, Ashley from Texas. Good morning. What does Santa Claus and Michael Jackson have in common? They both leave children's bedrooms with empty sacks. Oh, God. Oh, joyful.
I'm still hungry.
I don't know what you want. Hello, Michelle. You're in the bushes keeping an eye out on the chat. Thank you so much.
Yeah, all the trolls are sleeping.
Maybe not.
No, they are.
They need to monitor prisons closer, not just give them a budget. I know that. Yeah, you're right, Thomas. Hold them accountable for where that money's going.
And that's the problem. There's never an audit. Well, all that money that went to Ukraine, it's all going to be audited, and they're going to find out where all that money went.
Viral Boom, you have about 20 tattoos? I did not know that. Wow. Oh, no, I believe you. No, they don't care about the inmates. They figured, hey, they're there for a reason. We don't care.
No, they think of them as trash.
Yeah. You have 4 tattoos, Donna? Okay. Oh, my son is yawning away.
Oh my god, I about broke my jaw.
Eddie says, guess where, Mr. Jim?
Guess where what?
Where she's got the tattoos. We all got coughing over here. Hi, James. Hi, Tara. You just got home. I got home about an hour ago. People in Ukraine were using the money we were giving them to buy lavish items. I bet they were.
How does Darth Vader
Yeah, I got it.
his
I like
toes
that.
on the dark side?
Jim, you or I would be audited if they questioned anything. Oh, Mr. Jim has seen your tattoos. Okay. Ah. You have 2 tattoos, one on your hand and one on the back of your neck. Okay.
How are you able to see the one on the back of your neck? At least Maria can look down and see hers.
I forgot about the... Oh, you have a clover behind your ear. Okay. It's okay, Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah, I don't have any tattoos either.
He can partake in mine. You are off tonight. That's good.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I'm sorry. What's the difference between Santa and Tiger Woods? Santa can stop at 3 hoes. I should buy some Robitussin or something, but get some good cough medicine.
Can you take Robitussin?
I'd have to look on the bottle. As long as it has no alcohol, I'm fine. That's why I don't mind Dayquil, because it doesn't have any. But boy, does that Dayquil make me sleepy. But that's a good thing. I love pickles, but for some reason I think the pickles I ate the other day just irritated my allergy. Yes, Sarah, that is why I'm not taking NyQuil. I can't take NyQuil. It's got alcohol in it. I'd be in big trouble. So I got Dayquil liquid. I take
Look at this
that.
asshole. See, these so-called comedians have nothing better to talk about.
Well, what does it say?
It says, Trump packs cabinet with more kooks, MAGA minions. That's Dick Hedwig. Here, stick your hand down my pants and see what you pull out.
No, Sarah, I am not pregnant. No. Not by any means. Oh my God, Santa jokes. Angela says, I have one for you. You know why Santa doesn't have any kids of his own?
Why?
She said he only comes once a year, and that's down a chimney. You're sick, you swear by emergency? I had a few of those here. I think my son used them up. I have not seen alcohol-free NyQuil. I will be honest with you. I have not seen alcohol-free NyQuil at all. I didn't know they had NyQuil pills. Good morning, Wakisho from Africa. I don't have a sore throat. It's just a cough that's driving me crazy. Luna. Uzaquil? I've seen that, but I've never had it. They are NyQuil gel tabs. Oh, I'd have to look at the box. Yeah, Luna's somewhere. I don't know where she's at. She's not outside. I know she's in the house. I don't know where she went off to. She usually will be whining for us to come upstairs. Thank you, Amy. You go ahead and get yourself some sleep. Thank you for the super chat and the membership. That's very sweet of you. I need Dr. Jim's root juice, Eddie says. I probably do. Good night, Amy. Sleep tight. Onur says, what's the difference between peanut butter and jam? I don't know. Yeah, I'll look up that one, Viral Boom.
This motherfucker.
Donald Trump
Lois O'Donnell
to deliver to his administration the best people. He delivered the worst people to ever work in a presidential administration. And now he is delivering even worse people.
Oh my God.
Gates spent about 24 hours as the worst cabinet nominee in history. Then came America's king of Nepo babies, Robert Kennedy Jr., who the stupidest president in history wants to make the Secretary of Health and Human Services.
The stupidest president in history? He actually said that?
Non-financial currency to him is fame. All the rest of Donald Trump's nominees are Republicans who've been demonstrating their fealty to Donald Trump for years now.
At least only the appropriate ones are wearing dresses.
Donald Trump and his new administration was to attend his criminal trial in
My
Manhattan,
God.
where Donald Trump was found guilty 34 times.
Yeah, keep it up.
Matt Gates attended Donald Trump's criminal trial. Donald Trump's criminal defense lawyers in that trial, who won him 34 guilty verdicts, were today named by Donald Trump for positions in the Justice Department. Donald Trump's lead criminal defense attorney, Todd Blanche, will be nominated for deputy.
Oh, this guy is awful, Sarah. He is. He's awful.
And Olove will be appointed principal associate deputy judge general. Robert Kennedy Jr. didn't even have to go to trial. Robert Kennedy Jr. isn't even a Republican.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Viral Boom. I'll look at it.
He has spent most of his life with no one having any idea who he is when he walks through public places. And the only thing famous about him is his name. And it is now possibly the second most dangerous name in America, second only to the name of the person who wants him to be in charge of health and human services in this country.
That's funny. Obama in 2008 was considering Robert Kennedy Jr. for putting him in charge of the EPA.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Now he's bad.
Now he's bad because Trump named him. Okay, whatever, dumbass.
Robert Kennedy Jr. was a heroin addict in high school and college, and during the years when he should have been going to medical school if he ever wanted to claim medical expertise. Just as the confirmation process for Matt Gates will include many public discussions about the federal sex trafficking investigation that focused on Matt Gates and the House Ethics Committee investigation that also studied those charges. Robert Kennedy Jr.'s confirmation process will include much discussion about his unwelcome touching of babysitters and other very bad behavior as he made life difficult.
Oh, wait a
to
minute.
say the least.
Oh, yeah, like the Democrats are okay.
It was okay for Doug Emhoff to fuck all his nannies
Yeah.
and get one pregnant.
We can't discuss that about that, right?
When did you fucking discuss that?
What a bunch of asses. Hi, Lucinda.
But the most important thing to know about Robert Kennedy Jr. is that there are
Yeah,
probably
I just
people
didn't change, that's why,
tonight
when I
because
got
of him.
home.
Thousands of people who followed his medical advice
gonna
on
tell you that,
vaccines
Eric.
in the middle of a deadly pandemic. At least Matt Gaetz didn't kill anyone. And that is why, on my...
Name one person who died because of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Name one, you fucking asshole.
Who's he saying died? He killed somebody. He's saying.
Thousands.
He's so full of shit. Thank you, Waka Show.
nice scorecard. Matt Gaetz is now the second worst cabinet nominee in history. This is obviously open to debate. And tomorrow, I suppose it is possible someone worse can be announced for Secretary of Education or Commerce or Agriculture. Washington is now reeling from 2
Okay,
days
Sarah,
of
good
shock
night.
from the Gaetz announcement
Oh, I
and then
see.
the Kennedy announcement.
Good night,
Congressman
Sarah.
Jamie
Sleep
Raskin
good.
will join us with his perspective on Matt Gaetz, with whom he has served in the House of Representatives. Amy Klobuchar is a member of the Senate Judiciary Committee, which has jurisdiction over the confirmation of the Attorney General, and she will be voting on all of Donald Trump's nominees that require Senate confirmation. She will join us in this hour.
Thank you, Fullerton.
What no one in the
And
Trump
no matter who is a nominee, all the Democrats
They're
are going to be
vote
voting no.
because they don't like Trump.
transition team is likely to know, and what Donald Trump and Robert Kennedy Jr. certainly don't know, is that the Secretary of Health and Human Services actually has to have 2 confirmation hearings because 2 committees have jurisdiction over Health and Human Services. The Senate Finance Committee has jurisdiction over most of the Health and Human Services Committee, most of the Health and Human Services Department budget through Medicare and Medicaid. The Senate Committee on Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions also has some jurisdiction over the Department of Health and Human Services. And so, Robert Kennedy Jr., and he might be learning this for the first time if he's watching now, is going to go through 2 televised confirmation hearings.
So what?
2 different Senate committees.
So what?
When I was chief of staff of the Senate Finance Committee, we never had a difficult confirmation hearing for a Secretary of Health and Human Services. Not once. We couldn't get one of those hearings on TV. I can't think of a confirmation hearing for
It's
Secretary of Health and Human
8:53 in the
Services
morning in
that has ever
Kenya.
actually
Oh, okay.
been televised. The Senate video system records all of them, but the news networks never go live for the Secretary of Health and Human Services. Confirmation process is going to be a circus this time, but according to next year's Senate Majority Leader, John Thune, at least there will be a process. Donald Trump has demanded publicly that the Republican-controlled Senate next year simply eliminate confirmation
Oh,
hearings,
this is on
go into recess
MSNBC,
so that the
Thomas.
president can appoint his cabinet with so-called recess appointments that are only good for about 18
You
months
know how
to 2
they are.
years. John Thune said on Fox tonight that is not as easy as Donald Trump thinks.
You think Matt Gaetz can get through? Well, I don't know the answer to that just yet. I mean, obviously, as you point out, there certainly are some skeptics, but he deserves a process.
RFK Jr., you think he can get through? Same answer?
They deserve a process, yeah. I mean, they're nominees that the president has put forward, and, the Senate has the role of advice and consent under the Constitution, so they deserve a hearing, and we'll proceed accordingly.
And if you were to vet that, would you have to do recess appointments? You're saying yes or no? Would you say?
Well, I hate to say yes or no because I think that's still an open question. My view is we want to do this the regular way.
The regular way. John Thune also pointed out that it is not just the Senate that has to go into recess. The House of Representatives has to go into recess for as long as it takes.
Eric, I'm not telling you my
And also it requires a
Instagram.
majority vote of both the House and the Senate to go into recess. And John Thune is doubtful that even enough Republicans in the Senate would vote to go into recess to appoint the worst nominees ever presented to the United States Senate. The Trump news is coming at us like a fire hose.
This guy's so full of shit.
When they go on Thanksgiving
break,
yeah, they're in recess.
Mm-hmm. Right?
Right?
Yeah.
All of them are.
Yeah. Good morning, Sir Brock.
When they go on Christmas vacation for 2 weeks.
They're on recess.
They're on recess.
Right.
Although Trump has to wait until after the new Congress is sworn in before he can do any recess appointments, because the Democrats still control the Senate.
Right.
Okay. It won't be until after January 3rd when they're all sworn in.
Eric Jones,
Once again,
we know who Viral
and
Boom
instead
is,
of
so
getting
don't
drowned
put
in
stuff
that
up
fire
there.
hose tonight, we're going to begin what I hope is a series of reports to voters that are absolutely critical to voter participation in a democracy. Most important thing to know when you look at a ballot is what you are voting for. And that isn't easy to do because your only choice on the ballot is who you are voting for. Many voters mistakenly thought when they voted for Donald Trump
sounds
that
good.
they were voting for someone who would get things done in their community. That's because most of us, and that very much includes me, don't always know who to credit for the good things or the bad things that government has done. Who did that? Who built that new bridge? Who rebuilt our airport to make it a state-of-the-art airport? Why did that?
Who let all the illegals in?
Yeah, thank you. You got to say who did that?
That new chips factory locate in that town? Who did that? The answers to those questions are critical to informed voter participation in a democracy. People will automatically get refunds from airlines next year when their flights are canceled, and they won't know that Joe Biden did that. People will be driving over bridges with their kids in the back seat.
And the bridge is going to collapse.
That bridge was rebuilt and made safer by Joe Biden. It would take much more than the full hour of this program to describe what Joe Biden did as president of the United States.
God, why don't you
But for
kiss his
most other
ass?
presidents, it would take less than an hour to
He didn't do
describe
shit.
what they did in the presidency. Donald Trump, in 4 years, did tax cuts and tariffs that raised prices, and he built
Oh my God.
of wall at the southern border. Not 2,300 miles of border wall, just a tiny fraction of that. That's what he did. You've probably heard many times.
That's because you kept suing him.
Dumbass.
Well, it's not going to happen this time. This time he's going to get the wall finished.
I got you down already,
What
Eddie.
Joe Biden built as president compares only to what Franklin Delano Roosevelt did in 12 years in the presidency before there were term limits for president. President
I know
Roosevelt's
that, Thomas.
revolutionary program that changed everything about the way we live in America was called the New Deal. The most poverty-stricken group of Americans in the 1930s were the elderly. President Roosevelt created Social Security and provided a financial security minimum for people over 65 that never existed before. President Roosevelt enacted the first minimum wage, massive infrastructure spending all over the country that provided jobs and improved communities all over, everywhere we live in this country. Donald Trump kept promising an infrastructure bill when he was president and kept...
You wouldn't get, the Democrats wouldn't let it pass, asshole.
Yeah, he don't understand that stuff. Oh, he's praising what Biden did. Yeah, what did Biden do?
Biden hasn't done anything.
Nothing. He's the one that made our prices go up in this inflation. He didn't do shit. Is Jim wound up?
No.
No, he's fine, Thomas. Some of these people are just talking out of their ass. That's all it is. Hi, Dick. What's going on? Oh no, another sleepless night. I'm sorry to hear that. You got the dog, your blankets, and your tea all out here on the patio. Okay.
Elon Musk met Iran's UN ambassador.
There you go. Yeah, a lot do talk out of their ass. You're right.
I gotta get a hold of Express Scripts.
We'll call them later today. You set up your coffee pot for the morning too. There you go. Oh, Mr. Viral Boom, I know it's probably cold out there. It's cold here. No, Express Scripts, not Grips. It's where Jim gets some of his medication from. 40 degrees? Oh. I know, I'm going to be signing off in a few.
Yeah. ABC is looking for new hosts for The View.
Oh, God.
They're going to be looking for more conservative hosts.
And not the liberal people like they got now?
Yeah.
We had too many burgers out there, too? Yeah, I don't like to go out at night too much either. At least too dark, anyway. Oh,
Well, we'll
God.
begin tonight with the story of a party in Florida back in 2017. An allegedly drug-fueled sex party involving a trafficked 17-year-old and allegedly attended by Matt Gaetz. Drugs, underage girls, sex trafficking. As you can imagine, Gaetz really wants these allegations to go away. And it's looking like Republicans and many of his friends are trying to help him bury those allegations. Some damning reporting has emerged from Rolling Stone in partnership with the newsletter American Doom. The author will join me in a minute. Per his reporting, a quote-unquote close friend of Gaetz wants a federal court to destroy records that could shed light
They're
on the
always whining,
details
Thomas.
of that party.
The only problem is the DOJ looked into it and saw there was nothing.
See? Okay, Donna, see you tomorrow
That's why
night.
they didn't file charges.
See? They don't mention that, do they?
This ongoing scandal may sound familiar to viewers of this show because this party has dogged Matt Gaetz for quite some time. Gaetz was investigated over allegations of sex trafficking a 17-year-old girl. And though the probe ultimately did not yield criminal charges, he remained under investigation by the bipartisan House Ethics Committee, which was looking into whether he engaged in sexual misconduct.
And now it's gone away. So what's the problem?
They want to keep talking about it.
You fucking bitch.
They got nothing better to talk about, you know?
I can't wait till MSDNC fires her.
Oh, I can't stand that woman. All of them. Viral Boom. Eddie says, our governor is a Democrat. It sucks.
Yeah, I don't understand. And this is something I could never understand. Even in Kentucky, a conservative state votes in a Democratic governor. Why do you think...
I just don't get it.
Why do you think Mitch McConnell has not retired yet?
I don't know why.
Because if he retires, Kentucky has a Democratic governor, which means he would get to appoint a Democrat senator.
Okay.
That's why Mitch McConnell may have stepped down from his leadership role, but he's not leaving the Senate. He's not leaving the Senate until Kentucky votes in a Republican governor. Unless the man dies, which is probably likely to happen.
Master, they're not here. Your cough woke you up? Well, Mom still got my cough. I gotta take some medicine still. I'm in Georgia, YouTube channel. Where are you? I'll be signing off soon so I can go upstairs with my heater and keep warm. You're from Pakistan. Oh, wow. Well, welcome. I hope everything is okay in Pakistan this morning. Oh, thank you, Wilma. I'm going to take some medicine soon. I'm going to go to sleep in a few. Kevin, thank you. It is 1:08 in the morning. Send some coal to South Alabama. Oh, I'll try to. Okay, good night, Viral Boom. Yes, we'll see you guys later today. Yes, we're going to get to bed soon. Yes. Mr. Jim, much love, Viral Boom says. Thank you, Kevin.
Happy Thursday, everyone. It's official. The Republicans have clinched a majority in the House of Representatives.
Is this the one you already watched?
The Democrats have clenched
or at least
the
get
majority
to,
of their buttholes.
I don't give out my WhatsApp.
The greatest
Good night,
word
guys.
in the English language. President Biden sported a big
We
grin
will
while
stink
welcoming
bug.
Trump
Thank you
back
so
to the
much.
White House. Some say it's a sign. Once again, I don't have to go, well, I don't know if, like, people should be...
If he doesn't get through, why not marry?
Their closets and their monies and being able to. He's got the house already flawed.
I will,
and they already
Wilma,
have their
thank you.
issues, but he's coming for your job.
No,
So
we don't
it's
support
game on, but
Imran Khan, do we?
What?
We don't support Imran Khan.
Who the hell is that?
I guess from Pakistan. I don't know who that is.
77 Oakland Raiders. Yes! Up next, has the left lost their hefts? The times are a-changing. Jim, I'm going to give you 3 great things that are happening. The LA Times is replacing its entire editorial board to more closely reflect all opinions. After Donald Trump's landslide win, Hollywood claims it's going to be more welcoming to conservative actors and less woke. And apparently The View is desperate to find a Trumper to join. How long do you think this is going to last?
But it'd be great if it's true.
Yeah.
It really would be great. I mean, first they should start with, the Times, just anyone walking in, like, all right, the first thing we need to ask you is just, what's a woman?
Yeah.
Let's start with that. Okay, you can define that. Let's go. And as far as, you know what? As far as movies, again, common sense. I got nothing. If you're gay, knock yourself out. What you do behind closed doors. I'm tired of watching a Disney, and they got it at the end to Star Wars. My last Star Wars. At the big ending scene. Why is a chick like, wow, let's make out? Why are we watching? It's shoved in your face. It's an agenda. Good. Let them all. You know,
Trump
I'd like
gets
to
the
see
Muslim vote?
on the
Yes.
View. What would be like Roseanne and like Candace right out of the gate?
Oh my!
Okay, Susan.
Roseanne,
Good night.
when
Make sure Mom's okay and get some rest. Yeah, I'm gonna get off here myself. I gotta go take some medicine because my cough is driving me crazy.
She would eat them alive, or they would eat her.
Thank you, Angela. You sleep well as well.
Kat, think about that
Good night,
choice.
guys.
Like,
I will
would
see you
any
all
sane
later
person
today.
Want that job at the View?
Hi, Danny
Let's say you were
girl.
working here, and they approached you, and they said,
Thomas,
hey,
Danny
like,
girl,
you're not a
Angela,
Trumper,
everyone,
but
thank
let's
you
say
for
they wanted,
being
like,
on here with me
an opposing
for the short
perspective.
time that I
Any
was.
kind of opposing
But I am
perspective,
going to
right?
get
The
off of here.
concern-
I
mean,
got to
it's-
get my medicine and get to
there's
sleep.
no
So
argument
I will see you
anymore
all
on
later
you,
today.
right? I don't know
Bye,
why
guys.
you want-
Good night,
I don't know why you
everybody.
want it.
Yeah, they have to pay you a lot of money.
But I was gonna say everybody has their